Box whisker plots are another way to graphically represent data. In order to make a box whisker plot, we're going to have to learn about quartiles, and we can also get the interquartile range known as the IQR. As an example, we have a random data set. The first part of making a box whisker plot is to sort the data. You can do that using the sort A function in your calculator. And once we have that, we can get our 5 number summary. So this is, of course, our minimum. 55 is going to be our maximum. Those are 2 of the 5 in the 5 number summary. Now we're going to need to find the median, which hopefully you've already seen that video. So there turns out to be 24 numbers here. Excuse me. So the 12th and 13th numbers, 3, 6, 9, and we come here, are the middle pair. So the median is going to be the average of those two, which turns out to be 38.5. Now, the new part to doing box whisker plots is finding the first and third quartiles. You might ask, well, what happened in the second quartile? Well, the median is actually the second quartile. By quartile, an easier way of saying it is we're just going to take the data set and cut it into quarters. Well, the halfway mark are 2 quarters, so that's really the second quartile. It's just not ever called the second quartile. It's called the median. So we're going to take this data set above, excluding the 38 and the 39. So we have 5, 10, 11 numbers up here. So of course, half of 11 is 5.5. So the 6th number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's the quarter point, which is known as Q1. There should be the same number above and below. There's 5 below, there's 5 above. We're going to do the exact same thing down here. And it turns out that that is the third quarter of the data set. So that's the third quartile, or Q3. So here are our 5 numbers in the 5 number summary: the minimum, first quartile, median, third quartile, and maximum. Now what we can do is use those to draw the box whisker plot. I'm going to get my grid so that I can perhaps draw this a little bit more accurately. So I'm going to draw a vertical axis. Box whisker plots can be drawn in different ways, vertical or horizontal. I'll do a vertical one first. And so we're going to have a basic scale. All right. Our minimum is 8. I'll probably start at 0. And maybe I'll go up to 60, which will include all of our data. So here's my scale. And I usually start with the first and third quartiles. And that's going to be the box in our box whisker. So it starts at 27. Now you have to be a little bit careful. I ended up sorting this in ascending order. Notice that that's, of course, reverse. The lowest starts down low and goes up high. So 27 is actually down here, right? Here's about 25. 27 is over here. I'm going to draw a horizontal line. And I usually label it 27. And then third quartile is 45. It's going to be up here. I'm going to draw that right there. That's 45. And I'm going to connect them up, and there's my box. The median is a line through the box. 38.5 is probably around here or so. So there's my median at 38.5. And then the minimum 8 is going to be around here, which is 1 whisker, and 55, which is right about here, is the other whisker. Label those. And that's my box whisker plot for this data. Now there's a little bit more to box whisker plots in terms of interpreting them, but what I'll do is do that in a separate video. But I almost forgot. We talked about in the beginning something called the interquartile range. So it's not too difficult. We have that is the IQR, the interquartile range, right, which we can do just by subtracting 45 or 27 from 45 is going to equal the IQR, which means in this case the IQR is 18.